Welcome back, everyone. I want to welcome back Mr. Stefan Moskaluk. Last time he was on, he gave us a brief overview of some connections through numerology, links to different entities, people, and symbols throughout history, and how God is connected to everything. And tonight he's going to go even deeper. Stefan, thank you for joining us. How are you tonight?
Doing very well. Yourself?
Oh, I'm great. And I'm just going to turn this over to you. And, if I have any questions, I'll let you know. But this show's for you tonight.
All right. Well, let's hope we get this going a little easier than last time. Okay, here we go. I just want to do a quick recap from what I was talking about last time. So we're going to start off with the flower of life. Okay. And as I said last time, it's encoded everywhere, all over the world. Every culture has it in some kind of form in their artwork, their buildings, their pyramids, and what it is the building blocks of everything. Animals have their own geometrical grid. Each particular race of animal, like a squirrel, has its own geometrical grid, which comes from the flower of life. A bird has a different one. A human being has another one. A whale comes. Every living creature, everything out there made, fabricated, comes from the flower of life. So, saying that, we'll go to the chestahedron.
And I remember you were speaking of the chestahedron last time. So
Yes.
Also, yes, give us a brief recap on that one as well.
Now, this is the piece in the middle of flower of life. It's also God. What it's showing you is every shape in the universe comes from here, and God is numbers. He talks to us through 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Every number has its order, and God speaks to us in numbers. And that's how we can understand what He's actually telling us. So, I just want to give a little bit of a recap before I get into what I was talking about, what I want to talk about today. So, on the chestahedron, you have to use your objectivity and your creativity, and you got to look beyond just what you see in front of you. Example: reading the Bible. Yes, you can read the stories and take it word for word, but there's deeper meanings. The Bible is encoded in thousands of ways. It's endless. It's endless how many ways you can decode the Bible. You can get different answers. It talks about the stars. It talks about Earth. It talks about science. It talks about math. Not just the stories of our past history. It's been edited to suit a certain group of people, and I'll get into that later too. But I just want to open your eyes and show you how to look at things a little differently. So on here, the chestahedron, if you look at the red lines, they form the letter M, and M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. So 13 is Jesus, 12 plus 1 apostle. Jesus plus 12 apostles, so 13. Now, you can also look at the M as two sevens. All right, there's a 7 here, and there's a 7 here facing it. And last time I showed you the Eye of Horus was the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ankh. All right, the Ankh is the same thing as the chestahedron. It's 707, which is also in the Eye of Horus. It's 1 7 facing the other 7. Yin and yang. You have to look at both sides.
Right.
So, now, getting to why we're here. This planet is called the sixth heaven. We're all humans. We're all the human race, and we're experiencing how to be a leader and what it takes to be a leader in the universe on this planet, as well as other ones. There's lower evolutions as Earth 1, Earth 2, or heaven number 1, heaven number 2, heaven number 3, and so on, all the way up to the seventh heaven. And the seventh heaven is where we graduate from. This planet is the sixth heaven. And when our energy has evolved and learned how to be a leader in the universe, then we're promoted and we live, our energy exists on the seventh heaven. Now, this planet is Noah's Ark, okay? Two of everything was brought here. This planet was manufactured for us. There has been life on this planet before humans, different life, creatures that you wouldn't even imagine. The size of them are immense. They're huge. Some of them take up whole countries. And I can prove, I won't get into too much of that today, but it's here. This planet has been a melting pot for a lot of things. And we have dinosaurs. We just discovered dinosaurs in the 1800s, but there has been in Cambodia on the temple, there's a picture of a stegosaurus. I mean, a carving of a stegosaurus. So this knowledge was passed down, and dinosaurs were left for us as evidence of extinction and how not to be extinct, how to survive, how to keep moving on, how to be forever life instead of extinction is what this is all about. As God is all about creation, and creation, it's forever, it's life. You're creating life. So going back to what I said was Arcturus, the star Arcturus, which returned to its own singularity. I'm just looking for the picture, and it became the universe, and that is God. So God's creation, we have examples of it all over.
So you're saying that Arcturus is basically the beginning of all?
Yeah, Arcturus is God. It's his origin. It's why we have our sexual organs in the middle of our bodies, because creation happens in the middle. And I'm not being silly about this. It's a fact, okay? And like I said, using the 2-1 factor, which gives you 5, 2 plus, so you have 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. That's 5, right? So we're built in the image of God. Now, as I said, creation happens in the middle. So you expand, like he gives us clues on what we need to do with everything we do. We need to expand and contract. So how do we breathe? We inhale and we exhale. So your lungs are expanding and contracting. He's given us signs all over, and in our hands, like I showed you before. But anyway, so Arcturus is the only star in the universe that went up, expanded up, and went out. Oh, where am I going here? Expanded up and came back to its singularity. And if you see it, when he expanded out and returned back to his, he's all energy. Okay, the eye of Horus is E equals MC squared, and it's God is energy. So when he expanded, he returned back in counterclockwise to his singularity. So everything spirals in the universe. Everything has spin. And that's what the flower of life is also showing you. So, for example, on the tetrahedron, you have 2 7s. Now, when a baby is created, you have 1 cell, okay?
Uh-huh.
And then that cell doubles, 2, and then it doubles to 4, and then to 8, and then to 16, and then to 32, and then to 64, which is the pyramid, which is the 64 tetrahedron.
Right.
Let me just get a picture of that.
Yeah, like how you were saying, this life is kind of like a training ground for the next. You would
Totally. Your energy comes back, and like I said, Jesus was reincarnated, and he's been a leader of leaders all throughout all throughout his lifetimes. Some lifetimes he's been not as a front man of a figure, but he's still been popular. Like one of his existences was Pat Garrett, Sheriff Pat Garrett with Billy the Kid. Okay, I can tell you that. And why I know this is because my energy comes from the seventh heaven, where we're supposed to be going for. There's a lot of us on the planet. Some people just don't even know that about it. Let me show you that.
Yeah.
I'll get to the 64 tetrahedron in a bit. So on the chestahedron, you have the M, right?
Right.
All right. So the people who have been apprentices of Jesus in past lives, they all have on the right hand the letter M forming, okay, which is the same M on the chestahedron. Now, this is the chestahedron, so it's the same M. So it's telling you you were at one point in one of your past lifetimes, you were an apprentice of Jesus. Now, we're all being taught to be leaders, and this is the thing that a lot of people are going to find hard to deal with. It's in order to know the correct way of doing things, you have to know the wrong way as well. Because if you don't know the wrong way, how can you fully explain what it is you're trying to teach to people? So this is what we're all learning, okay? We're learning the wrong way, we're learning the correct way in many facets of our lives, okay? You could have a great guy, he helps out people, he's great in his community, loves kids, but he beats his wife. I mean, you know what I mean? We all have things. We all have things that there's something wrong. There's something we need to work on. There's something we have to evolve. We have to grow in evolution and not be perfect, but be highly functional. Okay, so we have to know the wrong from the right, and this is what the devil was created for as well. We have to know it's there to teach us. You don't have to act on what you do, on what you're thinking. That's what all religions, they have a cap of some kind, right? Where the Pope wears a cap, or in the Muslim religion, they wear a cap. In the Hindu, they have a turban. So it's some kind of a cap, right?
Yep.
And this meant a couple of things. The true meanings behind it were, back in those times, were if you think it, keep it under your hat, keep it under your head. You can. It's okay that you have thoughts, but don't act out on them. Keep it under your hat. That's where the saying came from. Okay, and a lot of sayings are from back then, but you have to understand the Bible and all these ancient scripts and things were written at a time where our evolution was lower. Like, I'm not dissing. I'm not saying not intelligent, but I'm just saying way back then they had the stone wheel, and then they evolved to the wooden wheel, like I said, and then the rubber wheel. So we've evolved in our thinking. We in the Constitution, it's written, we hold these truths to be self-evident for all, right? Which is 10 words. Well, we hold these truths to be self-evident to all. That's 10 words. And what's God? He's 10. He's completion. So, and what do you hold on to? You hold something so you can put it down later on. Okay, so that's what evolution is. You hold on to one. That's what Abraham came, and he taught one way, and then Moses came and he taught another way, and they all said, someone's coming and he's going to tell you another way. And what happened? Jesus came and he taught another way, and then what happened? The Pharisees killed them. Pharisees, and you have to look at words too. Pharisees, Phoenician, phony. You have to look deeper into roots of words and stuff and use your imagination and just go with it. But the Pharisees back then, who had Jesus killed, are the same ones that are in control now. We're all reincarnated. They know all these secrets. They know all this stuff, and they've been keeping it hidden. And like I said, it's time for things to be brought to light, and that's what I'm trying to show people is we have to be responsible. We can't just let somebody else do it. Oh, I'm going to vote this person because he sounds better. And no, do your research on the person, man. Like this is your life too. And people think it's such a hard thing to do, but if you just work on your local community first, if every community does their ultimum for themselves, then the whole big picture, it's one little thing, it's one little town, but the next town did it, and the next town did it. So everybody did it. You all rise yourself up at the same time, and people are. There's people on earth who are put here just to get in the way of our progress and to bring us down. And it's a free will universe, okay? The reason why they're getting away with what they're doing is because in this free will universe, they have to tell you what they're doing in order not to have interference from the seventh heaven beings, which people call aliens, okay? They can come down. One of those people from the seventh heaven is about 25 feet tall, okay? And just one of them can wipe out a nation faster than you can blink with energy, because they're millions and millions and millions of years more evolved than we are, and we can't fathom that. We can only think of what we have in front of us and what we know and what we see, because even our eyesight, we only have a certain portion of visible light that we can identify, right? And we're only seeing a part of what's actually going on out there. And we have choices, and too many people have been complacent and sitting back and just letting these people who have been put here on purpose. Their job is to deceive, and we've allowed it. We've allowed it, and it's time to change. And like I said, Earth's timeline, the sixth heaven, this planet, our timeline. We go through a 4 billion year cycle, okay? And the Mayan calendar had it marked out in 26,000 years denominations, and this is going to shock a lot of people, but we've done this millions and millions of times before. So imagine Earth is 4 billion years in its cycle, up to 2018, and we've done this millions and millions of times. Now, do you understand the number that is? And we've never succeeded. This is Trump's third time in office, third time trying to run for president, and he made it. Okay, it's the first time. It's the first time it's ever happened on this planet. It's the first time. Hillary's won every time, because we've allowed ourselves to be deceived. We've allowed it to happen. And now, what's Trump doing? He's showing you how to fight back against the deceivers. He's showing you how to fight back. Stand up for yourself. Stand up. How do you, in school, when a schoolyard bully is going around bullying? I never got bullied. I'm a pretty hefty guy, but I'm not a big, huge guy. But whenever I had a bully come up to me and try to shake me down, you pop him right in the nose. He ain't gonna come back and bother you anymore. And that's what Trump's doing. But these guys have so much to lose. Like, they're all gonna go to jail. Like, their crimes. I might touch up on that. I don't know. It's kind of disgusting, but I might go into that, and it'll explain a few things. So anyways, let me get on with our evolution. So we in the Bible, wine was used as a symbolism for our evolution and our reincarnation, that we each get better with age. And you need to rebirth, you need to die to be reborn and evolve past whatever level of evolution your energy in the universe is. And like I said, it's not one person's dumber than the other or not as important. We're all connected. It's just some of us have a newer energy, and those energies are from, like I said, Earth level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that's where we are. So this planet is Noah's Ark, okay? And we have two of everything brought here. Now, after the seventh heaven, there's only one being who's on that planet, which is called the eighth heaven, and that's God, okay? I don't even know if he's in a physical form. I don't believe so. I just know that this is what I know, because I'm hard to believe, but I'm an apprentice of Jesus, of Horus, and I have been in many past lives, and I'm bringing hidden truths to the forefront. So, like, this is how the deception has been done on this planet throughout the ages. Like, let's go to Darwin, for example. He said, "Oh, we come from algae, from a pond or whatever." It's not true. We're energy. We each have our own energy grid. We each have our own geometrical Fibonacci sequence with pi that puts us all together. And it's not what he's saying. That's part of the deception. Another deception is Zacharias Sitchin, his translation of the Sumerian tablets. It's like, do you honestly think advanced humans who are traveling through space are going to have to come here to mine gold? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. And then they need it to put it around their planet. Like, if they're that advanced, why don't they go to another planet? Like, does this not occur to anybody? But anyway, sorry. I'm gonna let me just pop this up. All right. So all these things have been done to deceive us, to stop us from achieving our goal, and that's what's so awesome about what's happening right now, because we've never survived past Trump's election. There's always been a nuclear war, and if you think I'm joking, go look at what Putin did with Canada. He signed a deal with Justin Trudeau just before the election, and Trudeau whimpered out and said, okay, you're allowed to fly over our airspace. They were going to come through Alaska and bomb the U.S. Like, it was all over. Like, you have no clue. So everyone who's whining about Trump and how he's not this and not that, we're still here because he got elected. So, like, calm down. All right.
Now, these different timelines you're talking about, is this multi-dimensional timelines or what?
I know for a fact that the seventh heaven beings, they've all. Let me step. You need the Trinity, the past, the present, and the future, in one lifetime. You need to, that's what these monks do in the caves. You know, they're hiding and they're praying and meditating for years. All these people that are doing that are trying to achieve connecting their past, their present, and their future of that lifetime at the same time, okay? And when you've mastered that, that's when your energy evolves, like I said before, in the universe, and is able to control more than one human body at a time. So when you see a puppet show, that's telling you, and what do the marionettes use? How are the strings attached? By two sticks, which look like a cross,
right?
Which is God, which is Arcturus, and a cross is also, when you spin the chestahedron, you get 2 sevens, and when you spin it, you get 4 sevens, and the cross is the same as the chestahedron. It's 4 sevens. It's the same as the swastika. It's 4 sevens, right?
Right.
Now, so that's the symbolism. It's numbers are everything. And when Jesus was teaching us, here's another example. So Margot Kidder on Superman. Superman lady there, Margot Kidder, is that her name?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, she had the M in her hand. Okay, at one point in her life, she was also an apprentice of Jesus, and she died at 69. What's 69? It's yin yang. Okay, there's been a few people who've died and that are very predominant because they've been close apprentices to Jesus in past lives. There's a lot of celebrities right now. It doesn't mean that they're from the seventh heaven. It doesn't. It means at one point in their life they were an apprentice of Jesus, or they were at the Sermon on the Mount. Okay, there's lots of people who have it in their hand, and
that's very interesting. I myself have the M in my hand.
I know we discussed that, and so the M is it like I said, it connects. M is 13. I'll go back, not MS 13, but M is 13. And like I said, they steal everything. Okay, they steal everything, even the swastika. What do? When you see the swastika, you think of Hitler right away.
Yes, you automatically think negative.
Exactly. That's what they would like. I didn't want to get into this either. Their new capital for these creeps, for the satanic guys is it's in Kazakhstan. Okay, and this is how they deceive you. When you think of Kazakhstan, you think of Borat, right?
Right.
And you think of it as being a poor, broken down country. Oh, and you laugh at it. Well, tell you what, who's laughing now? This is the capital of Astana, of Kazakhstan. All right, that's the whole deception. They want you to not look. They try to make you not look over here. And while they're doing like a magician, he does with his hand. He'll show you with his left hand, but then he's doing his trick with his right hand. That's what these people do. They're deceivers. And this is why this is OPEC money right there. Why is Kazakhstan, if Borat comes from such a poor country, can you tell me why the capital looks like this? They want this to be
those buildings are lined in gold.
They want this to be the new Vatican.
Wow.
That's going to be their new center of everything, because they're going to bring down this one because they want to take away everything that is God. They hate everything that is God, and they hate everything that is Jesus. And these people will use the same, like these big huge churches. A lot of them are like, you know the cathedrals, the arenas, that churches. Some of these are just like total money grabs, and people are falling for it. It's
that's terrible.
You don't need to go to church to talk to God. All right, it even says it in the Bible. But so while we're here, let me get on. These guys make me sick. So you have to look at the universe as everything spins. Your bathtub, everything. That's how the universe works. Everything is spinning, and I don't want to get into if you want to do another show with physics, I can totally go into that. But it's just that I want to, how Arcturus came back upon itself, and everything is spin. You are at the center of the spin, so that's why you're having a three-dimensional existence within your energy body. Your energy is controlling your brain and your body and telling you what to do at the center of all these spins. There's black holes everywhere. There's more black holes than people think. Even our science has been jaded. Like, you look at Bill Nye the Science Guy, like, what, I don't even think he stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. The guy, he doesn't know anything. All he's doing is just pumping away stories here, you know?
Yeah.
It's so with the vortex, right? Like how I'm saying, this is what I mean. You gotta look a little deeper than just what's in front of your face. So this is the vortex math, right? I just showed you the vortex in the pool.
Yeah.
So this is the vortex math, and this is where Tesla was talking about the energy. And once you know how to control the energy of 3, 6, and the 9, okay, the 3, 6, and the 9 have special relationships with each other. Now, this is what I was talking about. God is 0. So God is 0, right? His creation, right in the middle. And he's also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And there's only 10 digits of numbers that we have in the universe. There's not a number, blah, blah. You know, there's not a number blah out there. There's only 10 digits out there. So God is a 10. God's everything. So he's a 7, he's a 10, he's an 8, he's a 9, he's a 4, he's a 5, he's a 2, he's everything. But it's just how in what manner you're going to use it. Now, when I say you need to look beyond just what's in front of you, like this is vortex math, and I'm not going to get into that. Like I can do that, but you know the equation that I sent you? It works exactly like this. This is what it is, and that equation has taught me a lot. But what I mean by looking just past things, so the vortex equation I just showed you, it's energy, right? It's God. Now look at it this way. It's also why we wear shirts and ties.
Interesting.
Okay? Like when I say God is everything, he's everything, man. Like he really is. He's everything. He's a can of Coke. He's a lighter of a cigarette. He's a pencil. He's everything. And he wants us to learn it and see exactly what's going on. So, but in this lifetime on this planet, what's happening too is we're all under spiritual amnesia. Okay. How can I put it? Guys like Edgar Casey and Nostradamus, they would meditate. They would go into a deep meditation and they would connect to their higher energy. And it was their higher energy that was giving them the information. Edgar Casey said it was source. He was receiving it from his source. It was his own energy. What people call the Akashic records, that is actually you connecting to your higher energy in the universe. Okay? That's why we live in different dimensions. It's hard for us to understand that, but our energy is everything. Energy is E equals MC squared. Energy is matter at the speed of light, right? So what happens when there's no light? Your energy, you're everything. You're the speed of, what's faster than the speed of light? The speed of dark. And your whole body, okay, if you look at what Da Vinci was drawing, he was showing you the flower of life. We are the flower of life. Everything is the flower of life. That's why Da Vinci, who was Jesus in a previous life, that's why he drew all those amazing inventions, the submarine, the helicopter. That's why his detail. He was showing us how each, like I said, each generation that we've had, that we've gone through, he's shown us the way, and it's time that he comes back, and I'll talk about that later, because how he's left signs, and him and God have left signs on his return is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. Okay, like I've known the man for 4 years. I've been his apprentice for 4 years in this life, and I wouldn't even know any of this stuff if it wasn't for him. But he doesn't just hand you the answers. That's what I love about it. It's amazing. He'll lead the horse to water, and he's showing you, and you got to drink. You're the one who's got to drink. And the way I can explain, the reason why I like to jump everywhere is because I want to show how everything connects. Everything connects to everything, and I just want to open that up to people's eyes so they can understand. But your life here on this planet, look at it as you open this big door, and it's the biggest hallway you've ever seen in your life. It goes on for miles and miles and miles. There's doors everywhere. You already have a predetermined ending in this life, but it's which doors are you going to follow? So let's say you take the first door on the left, you open that up. You know what? There's another hallway the same size as the last one with as many doors, and you're like, oh my God, it's layer after layer after layer. So when you're looking for something, you're gonna like peel, you're gonna find your answer, what you're looking for, and then click, that's gonna lead you onto a trail to look for something else, and then you're gonna find something, and then you're gonna find something you weren't even looking for, but it's gonna all connect, and you're gonna go, oh my God, like this is awesome. It's absolutely beautiful. And so having spiritual amnesia put on us is, the more you research, the more you, I have an equation, I said I'll show you that later, but working on that equation, doing crossword puzzles, keeping your brain active, and going is what helps open up both hemispheres of your brain to thinking. So you're now you're problem solving with logic and emotion at the same time. So you're thinking of both sides of it. You're thinking logically and you're thinking with emotions. So that's the happy medium right there. And this is the problem with the deceivers. They are emotional thinkers. They're not logical whatsoever, and they play on people's emotions, and they grab you, and once they got you on an emotional buzz, people love misery. So misery loves company, right? That saying. I'll give you an example. You're driving your car over a bridge and you see a garden on the right hand side, beautiful garden. No one's going to stop. You drive over the same bridge and you see a cop pulling a car over, everyone's going to stop and look. Why? Because people love negativity. They thrive off of it because they want to. That's what the emotional side is. When you're logical, you just keep driving. I mean, whenever I see rubberneckers, I'm like, Jesus, it's a policeman pulling the car over. You get going, So anyway, enough of that. So when Trump won the election, like I said, in our 4 billion year timeline, we've never passed that date. So what's happening is nobody on this planet will have a deja vu anymore, because that's what deja vus were. It's you tapping into your memories from doing it before. And now we've passed that timeline. So they're kicking and screaming, and they don't know what to do, and they're spying, and they're taking over the internet, and they're censoring people, is because they totally have no clue because they lost. It's never happened before. They would rather see the planet destroyed than allow us to evolve to the next level, which is where we're heading. We still have a little bit to go, a lot of hard work to go, but we got a few dates we got to pass, and we all got to get together, and that's what's going on the earth right now, is all the storms, all the weather patterns, everything. There's a little bit of HAARP manipulation in there, okay, but it's nothing God can't handle, and God gives people what they ask for. So if people want death and destruction, well, he's going to give it to you. If people want love and peace, he'll give you that. But it's the majority of the people here that feel that they're, how can I say, they're entitled. That's what the Democrats do. They make you feel like you have a sense of entitlement, that you're due. Instead of working hard for it, you're due it. It's the lazy way out. It's the easy way out. And that's what the devil is. It's extinction. It's leading you to a path of extinction. You're not evolving. You're not moving forward. You're actually regressing. And it's their job to do it. And They're pretty damn good at doing it, if you ask me.
Hmm.
Now, I want to let's get back to some stuff that people haven't seen instead of me just yapping here.
Now, you had mentioned these entities, whether, it be on the good side or the dark side. Were these entities ever physical beings? I mean, I remember we talked briefly last time about King Shaitan was once a physical being.
He was a king, but like the story in Greece with Zeus, and those were more stories of they were more stories. How could I, like Medusa? Okay, I'll give you an example about Medusa. It was here. With Medusa, the story was you look at Medusa, and with her gaze, she can turn you into stone. Well, that was just a way of, and this is going to freak a lot of people out. This is a giant. It's a real, actual being that was turned to stone in its spot, and it's about 200 feet tall. Okay, and they're all over the earth. That's why I'm saying, what I want to do is I want to open people's minds. I'm not an expert on this, but there's a gentleman who's got a YouTube channel, Mud Fossil University. He breaks it down like you wouldn't believe. There's no doubts. So anyway, back to Medusa. The seventh heaven beings who've come and lived on this planet and taught, many of them in different areas of the world. They know they're millions of years more evolved, and back then in the ancient times, things like I said, spirit before, a demon moved it. A demon moved the mountain. It was the seventh heaven spirit using the energy, using the universe. Okay, like Nikola Tesla tapped into it, right, to get electricity. There's space, and then there's subspace, which people call dark matter. It's subspace pushes. I'll get into. Let me stay on with the Medusa. So it's energy, and these advanced humans using technologies that we couldn't even imagine right now, and they could freeze people in stone right on their tracks. Like this was the Titans, back at the Titans. Okay, these giants were 200 feet tall. Like there's a dragon, which is in Morocco, which is 900 miles long. And you can see it. It's full. There's no doubt about it. It's a dragon, and it's eating a fish. It's about to attack a fish, and there's even like flame coming out of the mouth of this dragon. But I don't want to. That's not my area. That's Roger from Mud Fossil University. Like I said, check him out. He does an incredible job. You're going to look at Earth in a totally different way than what we've been taught, and we've been taught all wrong. Like it's all wrong. Here's another. Even the Sphinx, his energy, like like I said, you asked me last time if we can ascend, and I had mentioned that's what internal combustion is when a person's body burns, but nothing else around them is, because you've gone to your light body, which is what the monks try to achieve. Also, they try to achieve their light body and ascend to the higher evolution. So when you're at a higher evolution, you can do many more things in the universe. And Jesus, who was the Sphinx, he did this. This is actually, if you look at the arteries and veins in here, they just blew out when he turned his body into stone. And it's the head of a man, the body of a lion, and the hood of a cobra. Okay, and Jesus was the Lion of Judah, right? And it's facing the Leo constellation when the stars are aligned with Orion's belt, with the pyramid. So it's like I said, Roger from Mud Fossil, he goes into detail. This is an actual being right there, and he turned his body into stone and left it there for us to see. And I went a little. You asked me a question also. I told you that Jesus built the pyramid with his mind, okay, by himself. And that's the same energy that I was telling you about. He built it in the fourth dimension and brought it down here. We can't fathom that because we're stuck in a three-dimensional body, and we only think in a three-dimensional body. And like Jesus was showing us, right here, he was teaching us how to use numbers. Okay, he was teaching us also how to use your five senses, using your five senses. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, five senses. And then reverse of 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. And that's what this guy in the back is saying. He's saying, so it's convert 1. All right. He's asking if it's converting 1. Jesus was teaching numerology. Now, as I said, he has been the top figure in every culture, in every religion, and all over the globe, everywhere. And do you see his red and blue robe?
Yeah.
Well, red is God's primary color. Okay, red is positive, and blue is negative. So look at your Democrats and your Republicans. You got red as positive, blue is negative. All right. And the symbol for donkey, it meaning the Democrats can carry you through a hard time, but the symbol for the elephant for the Republicans, which is red, means the elephant can smash it through that damn wall, and he's going to take everybody with him, which is what Trump's doing right now. When a Republican gets off their ass and starts doing the right thing instead of just playing movie star instead of being a president, then you get things done. And this is what's been going on. It's the same thing for Canada. Our liberals, it's the other way around. In Canada, liberals are red and conservatives are blue. And so it's yin yang, right? Because we're a little northern than you. So each country, you're positive, we're negative. It's just not, we're not bad. It's just that. But our liberals are the deceivers in this country. And we're probably going to get arrested for that. Commie Canada. Anyway, they're the deceivers. They're nothing but deceivers. And I'm not saying that there's no criminals inside the Conservative Party or the Republican Party too. Is we got to weed out the criminals. Is what we got to do. Like I said, there people sit back too long, and we let this happen. I mean, we got no one else to blame but ourselves. But that's another thing. It's we're moving on in evolution to a second level of humanity. If we pass, we still have a little bit to go, okay? And all these tribulations on earth that's going on right now, this is God saying, hey, you know, in the Bible it says there's going to be hail, there's going to be floods, there's going to be volcanoes, and what's going on? There's hail, there's floods, and there's volcanoes going on everywhere. Just because the media is not reporting it doesn't mean it's not happening. And you do, Chris. You know, my hat's off to you. You do a great job. You show this all the time as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, I mean,
And
there's
I'm sure a lot of people out there
going on that's not shown, but yeah, it's happening definitely. All these you know, people might deny that these things are going on and say, oh well, you know, there's just access to the internet now, but no, talk to the people who's actually had their lives affected by these, you know, floods and torrential earthquakes and volcanoes. I mean, you know, they've had some major devastation in the past couple of years. So yeah, there are some things definitely going on right now.
Like you said, people forget about it. It's not just a hot news story. What about the Texans who had the flood? I mean, they're still helping each other, cleaning up. They're not 100% back yet, you know, and nobody else has gone in to help them. And everybody forgets about talking about it. You know, this is what we need to do. That's what the Cajun Army was doing. They were showing what it's all about, man. They were helping the people out. They didn't even have to do what they did, and they went out there and they did it anyway. That's what it's all about. I mean, we got a lot of people like that in Canada, but they just all think they're smarter than everybody else up here. It's pretty funny. So I want to get into a look with Jesus here. He's giving you some clues. So like I said, he's been our teacher in every culture. Okay, red and blue he's showing you that. And like I said, he was Da Vinci as well. So he's showing you the colors, the primary colors of God. and it goes to the chestahedron. When you spin it, it forms a bell, which is our heart. And if you see the way that Jesus's robes were intertwined, mixing up, it's just like our heart. Okay? Red is positive, blue is negative, and the four chambers of the heart is the four sevens on the chestahedron. But this is also another clue. The Hopi, blue and red kachina. Right? I believe, here we go. Well, what some of you guys are tracking up there are two spheres of Christ's energy. That's energy right there, pure energy. The blue and red kachina. Now, one of his apprentices, like I showed you, Margot Kidder was one of his apprentices. Was Prince. And Prince was teaching us how to evolve through sexuality in this lifetime. Okay? That's why his music was so all like that, and all sexy and whatever. But and his whole lifestyle, his whole lifestyle was showing you that. And what happens when you mix blue and red? You get purple. So the day of the big day, like he's already here, like I said, but the big day that everything comes together and we are going to move on, those two orbs are going to mix and they're going to encompass the globe in a purple rain. And it's going to, our DNA is already being affected by it right now as we speak. It has been since our binary solar system has been coming in. And there's been evidence left for us to look at in our binary solar system. Okay, they left us the moon. The moon is a map of the 7 planets that are coming in. There's more up there in the sky. Like I said, there's a lot up there, and I know there's a lot up there, but I can't get into it. I just don't want to let that go because I just want to show some of the things because I want people to start discovering for themselves. Like I said, let me go back. Anyways, so these are the planets coming in. Okay, that's what you see. You'll see them behind the sun sometimes. You'll see 3 of them. They all have different orbits. But what the moon is showing you is this is our sun. Okay, right here. That's why the light's coming out like that. And there's a gentleman, Bruce Seazall. I don't know if you know about his channel.
I have seen some of his work. Yeah.
Well, he takes a telescope and he takes you right down to the moon and he shows you that it's cloaked. And this is for us to see. That's why it doesn't spin. It's because it's telling us, hey, dum-dums, wake up. You got a map up here of the 7 planets, your binary star system, which are coming in. All right? And they do it more often than we think. I don't want to get the exact dates because I know it's more than 3,600 years. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't want to go out and, like, I'm not a date setter or anything. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to open people's eyes. And like everything's been hidden, and I'm giving you guys a chance to see what's been hidden from us. And this isn't just like I'm his apprentice. I know it might sound arrogant, but I'm giving you hidden secrets that I want you to use and enjoy. And here we go. Here's a picture from SDO showing some of those planets. Right.
Right. Yeah, I've seen this one before.
Well, they're all coming in. So you see 3 of them there. You see, but nobody sees. There's a little bit light right here. Okay, there's more going on up there than we actually know, and there's a lot of weird stuff. And the fun part is watching it all come in.
Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of weird stuff on those Lasco and the Soho and even in our skies. There's just all kinds of stuff going on right now.
I got to tell you a story on. Excuse me. On Revelation 12 on September 23rd, I was at my friend's farm, and it was absolutely beautiful. I had a perfect line of all the planets in a row. And it was like we were sitting out there for a little while. Okay, it was time to head in, and I look up, and there's flashing, and then another star flashes, and then another star. And bro, it was like there was 25, maybe 50 of them, but they were UFOs. They're all saying hi because they know who I am, and they were all saying hi to me, and they all lit up, and then 3 of them formed like a pyramid shape, and they headed east. And then the rest of them just all went poof. They all just took off, and I was like,
Wow.
"Give me a ride, get back down here," you know. Like, but that was on Revelation 12 day, September 23rd, and it was absolutely amazing. Like,
That is amazing.
I've seen some pretty awesome stuff, and been through some pretty awesome stuff because of the man who's been teaching me. He's just blows you away. It blows you away.
Oh yeah.
Let me get a little bit more into how we're all connected, and how the Bible is connected to. So I don't know if I should do that. Let me just make sure. Okay, so I got through. Oh yes, and what I want to do is I want to jump on that video. I want to show what it's like. Okay, when I found out Arcturus, this is what this is why I feel bad for speaking about Arcturus and telling you guys the information. Do you have the video up on your
Yeah,
screen?
I can see it.
Okay. Well, when I was discovering, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine actually, and he's done this in the past, in one of our past lives together. He's helped me find the Holy Grail, Arcturus, or the star Arcturus. So he helped me again in this life, and when I finally realized it, I told you, I leaned back in my chair and I was like, I felt this energy coming in my body, and it took over my whole body. My shoulders were back over my chair. I was like, I was ecstatic. I was happy. I was like thrilled, like you wouldn't believe. But this energy just took over, and it was like every atom in my body was having an orgasm, and I had to shake it off, and I let it happen for a while. But that was the big guy. He was saying hello. He was saying, "You found me. Good job. You know, that's awesome." And I feel like I've stolen that from by showing you about Arcturus and the origin about it. But maybe you're with my information, you're gonna find things that you never even imagined, and you're gonna have the same exact feeling, and you're gonna be able to share it. And I just want to show you. But I couldn't sleep. Sorry, I couldn't sleep for 2 days. Like afterwards, this happened, and it took me about a week and a half, 2 week period, where my body was just like vibrating and buzzing. But I was everywhere I went, and I'm looking at people. I'm like, oh my god, I can't talk to this person. I'm like, I'm vibrating, like I'm totally buzzing over here. This is crazy. They're gonna know something's up. So, and it wasn't drugs, you know. So, anyways, so I just want to show you. And like I said, on the chestahedron, you got 2 sevens, and I just want to show you how, you know, God, he's got a sense of humor as well. Okay, he's not all seriousness. You can have fun with him too. And I'm going to show you a video. When you sing, when you invite him, when you invite source energy, when you invite God into your life. And I don't just mean like accept him. I mean what I'm about to show you. This girl here, she's singing the song Hallelujah. And she sings it with such emotion that she's going to invoke God's energy to enter into her body. Okay, yes, God is everything. He's every proton in the universe. But his personal energy is going to come into your body. And he's going to say, that's his way of saying hi. Okay, hello, I love you too. That's him showing his love. And our bodies, like I said, our memories in space, when you open up both sides of your hemispheres of your brain to problem solve, you're breaking away, you're tearing away at the memories, your connection to your higher self. So it's like a bottleneck. Okay, everything in space is all open, and it's trying to get crammed down this thin bottleneck going into your head, and God will sneak in there when you're in a real high state of love, and you're showing it to him, right? So I just want to show you. So 2 sevens on the chestahedron. You're going to see at the 2 minute and 7 second mark, you're going to see she's going to do like a little bit of a hiccup. Okay, that's when God is entering into her body, and then she's going to be stunned for a few seconds. They even turn the camera off of her because she can't get words out because his energy is filled into her body. And then you're going to see her head shake. She does a quick boom, boom, and then boom. He knows he can't stay in your body because his energy will just it'll kill you. It's pure energy. It's pure love. It's pure. When it enters you, it's like I said, every atom in my body felt like an orgasm. And you're gonna see this girl. She's gonna start to pick it up finally after his energy is gone from her body. So after being said that, watch at the 2:07 part. Okay, right there. Now she's having difficulty getting the words out. She's ooh.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then you're going to see her. She's going to give a little head shake, and then she's going to go back in the swing of things. Now she's back. All right. She had about maybe 15 seconds or 10 seconds of him inside of her.
She's definitely having a powerful experience. Wow.
You see, I mean, you're a performer. You want to do your best at performing. You don't want to have a mix up like that, right?
Oh yeah.
And so this is how awesome he is. He's oh, did I do something? I pushed the wrong button here, I guess. All right. Now we're back. Okay. Now, like I wanted to show you, last time I said E equals MC squared translates into God, right?
Right.
Now, I just wanted to show you the connection to that. So let's just give you an easy cipher. The easy cipher for alphabets. How do you turn numbers into letters? So let's just go with the easy ones here. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so on and so forth, all the way to Z, which is 26. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I want to show you how everything connects. So the 2-1 factor is 2 humans have intercourse and they create one life. So 2-1 is creation. And on your hand signal, it's the hand signal, it's 5 fingers. So it's 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is 5. Now, on your hands, like I showed you last time, your index fingers are 38. I'll get back to that in a second. I just want to stay here. So your index finger is 38. So God's the Trinity, and he's also the 8. That's why I'm saying God is every number. He's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. He's everything. And even if you have a one in front of it, doesn't matter. It's still the same digit, right?
Right.
This is the connection. So you take E, M, C. So E is 5, M is 13, and C is 3. So what's that? That's 16, and plus 5 gives you 21. So EMC equals 2-1 factor.
Interesting.
Which is what I showed you last time with the hand. Which is what the priests do in church. The 2-1 factor, okay? And it's also the snake's head, the snake in the Garden of Eden, right there. It's all in your hand. 2-1, make the 2-1. So the letter M is male, and like I said, everything is yin yang, right? So we're the M is on the top. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we have men and women.
Wow. As above, so below.
Yes, and in the equation that I showed you, which is this is Metatron's cube also. So it's back in history, they were taught that the male, the top part, is positive, and that the female part is negative. So that's why we're getting over this man is better thing. See, this is what evolution's all about. That's what they believed back then, because they weren't evolved. They were thinking as they might have been grown-ups, but they were looking at it as a 4-year-old child. So when you tell them, well, males on the top and females on the bottom, well, then their thinking was, oh, male's more dominant, women are nothing. You know, they're just carrying the baby, you know, whatever. We have the seeds. That's what the whole apple. But I don't want to get into that. I want to let the professional talk to you about that. The person who wrote it all, not the person who's learning from it. Okay. So this is what I want to get to is the numbers and how everything connects. So let me get back to that EMC squared. So we have EMC squared. So 5 plus 13 plus 3 is 21. A 2-1 factor, right? 2, 2, 1. And it's everywhere. It's 2, 2, 1. Here's India. A Hindu temple in India. 2, 2, 1 is 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, right? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there's your Trinity, or the 3 belt stars in Orion, right there. It's every culture. It's every culture in the world. Mexico, Palenque. You got 5 doors at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is, remember I showed you in the vortex?
Yeah.
The vortex math with the shirt and a tie?
Yeah.
Well, the stairs coming down are the reason why we have a tie. It's also, and this is what the cross of St. John's is why we have bow ties. All right. It's the present on a gift. It's God. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 4 chest spinnings of the chestahedron. It's also when you open up the pyramid. It's the Knights Templar. It's their shield. But you open up the pyramid, boom, and you got the Templar. It's all connected. Everything is connected.
Wow, that's fascinating.
This is where we go into numerology, okay, and numbers and why they play a significant role. What was a bad day for the Knights Templar? The church had slaughtered a lot of them on Friday the 13th. 13. What was the year? 1307. They hate everything about God. 1307. So 13 is Jesus, 07 is God. And they did it on the 13th. That's why 9/11. These people do things on certain dates because they use it as a sacrifice. Okay, it's part of their teachings, which I don't want to go into. But what I'll do a little touch, a little something. Secrets that have been hidden, kept from us, okay, are in the church and they're right in our face and we don't even see it. I showed you a picture of Michelangelo last time. This is a picture from Danny Wilton. He does the artwork on this because I can't even draw a stick person. But anyway, this is Michelangelo's painting, one of the paintings in the Sistine Chapel. And like I showed you, it's your pineal gland here. But this is also where they got Darth Vader from. Like, look at the lines. That's the cap for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's exact.
There's nothing. There's no thought that we have on this planet that like even people who invent something. It's like they're not inventing something. You just discovered something that was already out there. It's all been taught to us before. It's just we have spiritual amnesia, and that's why we don't remember anything. So in order for you to beat the spiritual amnesia, you got to open your mind and you got to research. You got to peel back the layers and layers and layers. And when you finally do, and you'll know when you find the truth, because you're going to, sorry for swearing, but you're going to have those holy shit moments. Like you're going to, when you start seeing it and connecting for yourself, like this is what I say. I don't want to steal that away from anyone, but I want you to see what's out there so you can start digging. You can do it yourself. That's what it's all about. It's about you. It's not about me. It's about you learning what's been hidden from us. And I just wondering how much time we got left.
Oh, we can go for probably about another 10, 15.
Okay, let me get up. Thank you. A good thing I asked. Now, okay. As I said, he's here. And I'm going to show you some things that are pretty, you're going to go, oh, come on, that's crazy. But just think about it. Think about it for a minute. So Jesus died at 33, right?
Right.
That's your spine. And like I said, our brain is our connection to our own higher energy. Our heart is the connection to God, and the go-between is our spine, which is Jesus. And what's he doing? He's teaching us how to be leaders. So he encoded, why I'm doing this is because I want to show you how he encoded his birthday, how it's been encoded all over, okay?
It would also represent the 33 degrees of Freemasonry, correct?
That's right, and the Great Pyramid, it's on the 33rd parallel of Earth. I mean, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. So let's go back to the chest, which is the chestahedron here. The Eye of Horus. All right. It's E equals MC squared. It's a lot of things. Like you can break this down into so many different things, and here's one of them. Now, the reason why I know all this stuff is because when a planet goes through an evolution, when a human race goes through evolution, you need three parts: the God, 2, 1, the Trinity. You need the 1, the 2, and the 3. Now, the 1 was Jesus showing us the 2-1 factor. Okay? The second part of that equation was his reincarnation as Albert Einstein, showing us E equals MC squared. That's why Einstein, when he came out with that, he was fought his whole way, and he was told by source energy to hold back. It's not time. And with source energy, synchronicity is a beautiful, high functional tool to have when you're learning about God, which everybody on this planet wants to do. They've already decided to do that themselves. That's why they're on this planet right now. Every single one of us, even the murderers, they've decided, and the Satanists, they've decided that they want to learn about God, and that's why they're here on this planet. As evil as they are, they've decided this, and so the 2 7s on the chestahedron were also an indicator to his third life, which is where he is now, where he's here now. And let me get to Noah's Ark, okay? He was Noah also, but let me get, so his birth date in this lifetime was December 7th, 1968. Okay, and there's the 1 and the 2, right?
Right.
And if you look at it backwards, it's also a 7.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah. I can see that.
Okay, and December 7th is also the 341st day of the year. So on the American dollar bill, this is Metatron's cube, by the way, on top of the American dollar, on the American dollar bills, all right? You have 3, 4, 1, which is pi. It doesn't matter which way the numbers are written. It could be 413. If you whenever you're, this is what I mean. Where God will talk to you when you're out somewhere and you get your receipt or a bill, and it'll say 314 or 413, or you look at your watch and it's God talking to you. 314, and even the square root of 314 is 1.77, and the United States was founded in 1776. And this is the sixth heaven. So 6, 177, and 6, 1776. And July, like the 4 sevens that are in the chestahedron, which are also on the Buddha's chest, the swastika, 4/7 is July 7th, 4/7, Independence Day. And God's colors are red, white, and blue. So you have the flag, the U.S. flag, which is 7 red and 6 white. 7 plus 6 is 13, the letter M. And if you notice this line here, the 7th line, 7, is the full solid line. Okay, everything is God. And I showed you God's colors, red and blue, are negative and positive, right? And this is the American flag means.
I think you have a different picture up than yours. What picture you have up?
I didn't show you that. Sorry. Here.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, so here's the American flag. So you got 7 red stripes.
Yep.
6 white stripes, which equals 13. And if you look at the capstone on the Great Pyramid, the capstone that's missing is 76 degrees. 7 plus 6 is 13. It all connects. It all connects. And let me get to Noah. If you add up using the numbers.
It's amazing how they put all this knowledge out for everyone to see. It's out there.
It's right in your face. It's right in your face. Now getting back to the numbers. Noah is 14, N is 14, O is 15, A is 1, and H is 8, right? So that equals 38. And that's God, the middle fingers, Noah. And then Ark, A-R-C, is 22. It's a 1, an 18, and a 3 for the A, the R, and the C. And 38 plus 22 is 50, the 50 states. Do you see that? Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark. The Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden was not in Mesopotamia. It was in America. It was in the USA. When the Garden of Eden happened, Adam and Eve, there was other beings, okay? Adam and Eve were the top 2, okay? There was other beings that were brought to different countries. And like I said, we're all different shades of brown. We're all the brown race. So the closer you are to the equator, the darker your skin's going to be. And the further away you go from the equator, the lighter your skin's going to be. But we're all the same race. We're all brown. And there was people from all different levels of evolution and all different areas of the universe, and they were all brought here and seeded. But the major story that we heard of was Adam and Eve. That's why Cain had a wife, because there was other people too. It wasn't a lot of people. There was a few here and there, but every culture was growing each other up. And hold on. So Noah's Ark is 3822, which is the 50 states. And I'll break something down. I'll do it quickly. I know we're running out of time there, but I want to break something down really quick. Like I said, the square root of pi is 1.77. Okay, square root of pi, 1.77. Now, do you see how I have it here? The letter Z or the letter N, both of them can be pulled apart to have the 177. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now Z is the 26th letter of the alphabet. 2 plus 6 is 8. God's an 8. And over here, N is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. The Trinity. Like everything connects. Everything connects. All right. Now here's your 40 plus God, which is 10. If you add the 10 onto it, it's 50. So Z or N. Now I'm going to show you where the original landing was in the United States. The real Garden of Eden, it originated where I'm going to show you, and then they moved somewhere else. So this is where it originated. Iowa Buckeyes in Iowa. Now, if you go back and you take the Z and the N and you mix that incorporated with Io from Iowa, you have Zion. And the WA on the end of Iowa, so Wa is Washington. Now, another clue that was left behind is it rained 40 days and 40 nights for Noah. And Jesus was in the desert for 40 days with the devil. And after his resurrection, he walked the earth for 40 days. So both of those together are 40 and 40, right?
Right.
Now the chestahedron, when you spin the chestahedron, you get that bell shape. Correct?
Right.
Well, the bell Liberty Bell is in Philadelphia, which is in the state of Pennsylvania. So if you take 40 and 40 and you times them, you get 1600. So you get 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Huh. Very interesting.
The White House of God.
Huh. That is fascinating.
And here's the 2-1. Here's the 2-1. I just want to get through this quick. Here's the 2-1 in Washington. Well, everyone, and if you look at Washington, here's the Smithsonian, or sorry, the Washington Monument, and it's in the middle of the Vesica Pisces, which is representing the female. So the male is the penis, and the two Vesica Pisces represents the woman's vagina. So you need a penis and a vagina to have creation. That's all it's saying. That's what it's telling you. It's telling you about creation right there. And if you look down from above at the maps, here's another one. 2-1. I didn't show you this last time. You remember we touched over this quickly? As above, so below, with Washington and Baphomet.
Yeah.
I didn't show this before, but we showed a picture of Washington. Well, in South America, in the Nazca lines, you got this guy. You got the astronaut. He's got one arm up and one arm down. He's doing the same thing. As above, so below. It's not an astronaut waving to a spaceship. It's they think we're stupid. Like, these are the pieces you got to put together. It's all over the world. It's meant for you to have fun and enjoy and dig around. And but let me get back to his birthday. So his birthday in this life, it's also encoded. You can look at it this way. I showed you the Eye of Horus, and here it is. His name is Everett Pierce. Pi, the symbol for pi is 2 T's and pi, and Jesus was pierced. And if you look at one of his apprentices in a past life was 7 plus 7 is 14. He was the 14th president of the United States, Franklin Pierce. It wasn't Everett. It was a different guy in another life. I know who it was, but I'm not saying. Anyway, so his birthday in this lifetime is December 1, 2, 7, December 7th. Okay? It's also, when you're looking at an object, you have to take that object as one. Okay? So it's one, it's one statue, it's one pencil, it's one doorknob, or whatever it is, it's one. So what this picture is showing you is it's 1 to the 7. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 crowns, and Jesus had a crown of thorns in his head. 7 points to the seal, and there's 7 points to the seal on the dollar. His birthday, December 7th. And then this is where it gets even crazier. When you add up the numbers for Noah, it comes to 38. And when you use the word ark as a K, I forgot to talk to you about this before, sorry. When you use the word K instead of a C, it changes it from a 22 to a 30. So your 38 plus 30 comes to a 68. So Noah's Ark with a K is 68. And he was born in 1968, December 7th, 1968. I can't make this up. Like, it's all over. It's encoded. Here's another one. Every president on, like I said, your energy, when you've controlled the past, present, and the future, your energy controls more than one body. So the reason why we have those presidents on Mount Rushmore is because he was all reincarnations, he was every single one of them. He was Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and he was Lincoln. That's why, and he's showing you 3, 1, 4, pi. Everett, Pierce, pi, Pierce. Jesus was pierced. And I think we're going to be bringing him on there. He might come on and give a little talk. But even this was not him. This was his apprentice in the Mayan times, who was also Archangel Michael. If you do the yin yang of Chakmul, you get Michael. Okay, and here's a 2. His nose is 2, so it's one body, one person nose, which represents the Big Dipper, which is also, this was also John the Baptist. It was also like I said, Set in Egypt. So Horus and Set. So this guy was his apprentice. Chakmul was the thunder god. In every culture, you've got the sun god, which is Everett, Jesus, Osiris, Horus, and then you've got the thunder god, which is Set, Zeus, Chakmul. He's the second guy. There's 4 Chaks. That's which are the 4 sons of Horus. And these are beings that come back, and here we go again. Like I said, King Solomon was granted the ability to communicate, and communications, in warfare, when the communications get cut off, your army is screwed, your fighting force is screwed. And God communicates to us in all manners, in all manners. And this is just showing. Everett took a picture one day. He's got the birds were showing him who he is. Okay, and that's why he was Thoth, the bird god. That's why he was Horus, with the eye, because you need to have vision. You need to see. You need to be, those who have eyes, let them see. Those with ears, let them hear. Well, this is what it is, man. You open yourself up. Don't set yourself to set restrictions. Open yourself up and fly. Go nuts. Go crazy. So here's his birthday. It's 1, 2, and 7. It's 12/7. And not only that, in the Bible, like I said this before, Trump is not Jesus. Trump was an apprentice of his in many lifetimes, but this is just to show you how energy connects. And I don't make this up. You can go check this out for yourself. Trump's building is 721 Fifth Avenue, and 221 is 5. 721 Fifth Avenue. It's the yin yang of Jesus' birthday. 12/7. Everything connects, and this is showing you. So Trump is here. He's here to clean up. and he's like King Cyrus did in the past, and he's doing it. But people need to take it easy because these Democrats, like, you don't understand. A lot of people have no idea how big the deception is. It's gotten into it's gotten into. Can I? Do you mind if we extend this a little bit? I do a little. I wanted to show something to people to show them what's really going on, and this will clear it up. Is that okay with you, Chris?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What's been hiding? I'll try to go through this as fast as I can. So we've been on for a long time. I'm sorry. So the church is hiding all of the secrets. All right, they're hiding everything until the time comes out. So let me. I was getting to this picture here, back to the Michelangelo showing us. So this is the skull. It was Darth Vader. That's our pineal gland. Okay. The church, when you walk into a building, you are the temple of God. Okay, everybody is. Every single one of us on this planet is the temple of God. And what the church is showing you, you see how your body, every temple is built around a human body. It's just hiding the shape. So the altar in the front where the priest gives his mass is your brain, your pineal gland. Do you see the skull shape?
Yeah.
In the cathedral? Okay, so what, and then you get the heart down here. This is where everybody sits towards the back, which is your legs. There's many versions of it. It's Buddhas. There's temples all over the world that are like this. Okay, but I just want to show you that these guys have been hiding the secrets. Here's another thing that they've been hiding. It's like right in plain view. Here's the skull. So that's why the skull, and the skull itself is also the 2-2-1 factor. You have 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, and a mouth. 2-2-1.
Yeah.
Okay, and then not only that, I'm going to stick with this 2-2-1 here, and we're going to. Can't find it. Here we go. This is why the skull is represented. It's 2-2-1. It's also E equals. The E is your eyebrows. Your nostrils are the equal sign, and your mouth is M, and your chin is the C. So E equals MC squared is also on your face, as well as the 2-2-1 factor. You have 2 eyes, 2 nose, 2 nostrils, and a mouth. So 2-2-1, which is 5. And if you want to get technical about it, you got 2 other holes, your ears on the sides of your head, which is 7, which is the chestahedron. So we're made in the image of God. It all connects to this. Now, let me get to what I wanted to show you about the pineal. So the movie The Wizard of Oz, it's a Masonic training movie, okay? It's like probably the biggest one that they watch. And this is where it's gonna get a little horrible, and I'll tell people when they don't have to look, but let me get to her slippers. So well, let me get back here. I want to show you a better picture. So this picture here in Egypt, it's not a planet. It's not Nibiru coming in. It's your pineal gland. If it shows up, it's not going to show up, is it? Okay. Next picture. You know the picture of the sun disk with the 2 snakes on the side?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's your here. It's your pineal, and this is where the owl comes in. Are you there?
Yeah.
It says it stopped. Hold on.
Might have to start a new share. There you go.
There we go. Okay, so this is the inside of your head. It's the same as the Ark of the Covenant. Now, if you look over here, take away the skull, remove away the skull, and behind your eyes, this is what you're left with. Okay, the Holy of Holies. You see the owl-looking shape inside of your skull? Well, they've stolen that owl to be bad. The Bohemian Grove Club, they've stolen the owl to be bad. Like I said, everything is good. The Thunderbird, Set is the thunder god. Thunderbird. All birds of prey are Thunderbird. And Horus was a bird as well. Birds are God's messengers. They've taken everything and they're using it and manipulating it for themselves. So when you look here, it's also the mercy seat in the pineal gland on top of your head. And this was shown in Mexico on the Temple of the Warriors right here. That's Chacmul, right? So that's your inside of your brain. And these two poles here, I'll get it. Do you see there's no roof on this building?
Yeah.
Well, I'll get into that if you want on another episode. Like I told you, there's so much information. This is where his spaceship landed, and he actually came out as Kukulkan. Okay, when he came out of there, and the building magnetically hovered over these columns. That's why the columns were built. So if you look at the Temple of the Warriors, there you got all these columns built around it. But that's not why I was showing you. I just want to show you in Freemasonry, they show it to you this way. And like I said, God is Arcturus, right? So Freemasons, they show it to you this way. And there's Arcturus, which is God, and your connection to God, the archway, and you've got your two columns, which are Boaz and what's the other one? Joachim. And if you look at the menorah, it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the Pleiades is over here. So you got 7. It's showing you. Here's more, an easier way. So it's the 2-1 factor also, right? So Chacmul in front of the snake's heads is this. It's your pineal gland.
Wow.
Okay, so that's that. You know the box that the Sumerian king is sitting on? It's right behind you in your picture.
Yeah.
Well, that's Chacmul. It's your pineal gland.
Wow.
That's what it all is. It's just different cultures show it to you differently.
Well, Steph, I'm gonna have to cut you off
South
here
America.
because we're running
Okay.
low on time and I'm running low on battery. But we're gonna have you back. We're gonna get even deeper next time, and I want to thank you for joining us. It's some fascinating information. Thank you so much, Stefan, and I'd love to have you back again.
All right, Chris. Anytime.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, and just so everybody out there, don't quit researching. Keep digging, and find out the truths. Okay, I'm just showing you what's out there. I want you guys to go discover it for yourself. Have a blast and enjoy yourself.
Thank you, Stefan. I agree. All right, we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Ciao.